Hi everybody, welcome once again. And in today's video, I'm going to explain you the concept of bandwagon and snob effect. But before explaining that, first of all, I need to explain you the concept of network externalities. So network externalities are special kind of externalities in which one individual's utility for a good depends on the number of other people who consume the good. For example, if I talk about mobile phones. So nowadays we all have mobiles and obviously uh, the utility for us increases because many of the people around us own mobile phones. So if single individual has mobile phone, it is of no use. Others may not even feel the urge to buy it. Network externalities is also applicable for fashionable items like clothes or for handbags, where if one individual owns a particular handbag, the others around him may also feel the urge to buy the same handbag. Bandwagon effect refers to desire or demand for a good by a person who wants to be in style because possession of a good is in fashion and therefore many others have it. So bandwagon effect is a case of positive network externalities where quantity demanded of a good increases because of increase in quantity demanded by other individuals around him. For example, telephone. Let's say at a price of $100, quantity demanded is 10,000 units. As price falls, in case of a simple demand curve, if price falls to 50, the number of units here increased to 15,000. So we have assumed that the quantity here is in thousands. So as price falls, quantity demanded increases. But in case of bandwagon effect, the increase in quantity demanded won't be only this much, it will be much greater than the given case, and that we'll see in this diagram. Consumers believe that only 10,000 people in, let's say, a town owns a good. So this is a relatively small number as compared to the total population, but still there will be people who will buy it. But if the consumers believe that 20,000 people in that area owns that good, so it is now more fashionable for them, the good is in trend. So the overall demand will shift to D20, where more number of people would now own this good because now it is in fashion. Similarly, if people believe in that area that 30,000 people own that good, so again, more number of people will start buying the good because of positive network externalities. And if they believe that 40,000 people in that area owns that good, so they should also buy it. So this demand curve shifts further to D40. If we compare the first diagram here with this diagram, we will see that as a result of fall in price from $100 to $50, the increase in quantity demanded was only 5,000 units. But in case of bandwagon effect, as we can see here, because of this fall in price, the overall quantity changes to 40,000 units. So if we see clearly here in the diagram that as a result of fall in price from 100 to 50, the overall change in quantity is 10 to 40,000, out of which 10 to 15,000 this change is due to price effect. As price falls, quantity demanded increases, and the rest is due to this change from 15 to 40, or what we call as like a change of 25,000 units here is because of bandwagon effect. So because of bandwagon effect, the overall change in demand is much greater than what it would have been if only price effect would have operated here. Snob effect works quite in contrast to bandwagon effect. So in case of bandwagon effect, as we have seen, that greater the number of people owning a good, more people will desire to buy the same good. But in case of snob effect, if more number of people possess the good, the desire to buy the good will fall. This usually happens in case of luxury cars or rare artwork where possession of a good depends on the fact that very few people own the same good. At a price of $35,000, 10,000 people own this good having snob value. But let's say that people believe that instead of 10,000, 20,000 people own this good having snow value. So as a result, the prestige of this good falls. So the demand will shift to D2, where now they believe that more number of people, let's say 20,000, own this good. Similarly, if now people believe that 30,000 people own this good, so its snow value falls, further prestige value of this good decreases, so demand curve will shift to D3. And similarly, D4 if they believe that more number of people now own this good. Now, if we join all these points here, we'll get a new demand curve which represents the market demand as a result of Snow effect. So, as a result of Snow effect, at a price of $15 with fall in price $15,000, the overall change in quantity demanded here is 30,000. But if Snow effect wouldn't have worked here, only price effect would have, so the overall change would have been 50,000. So as a result of fall in price, the increase in quantity here is like less than what it would have been in the absence of snow effect. So if the full price effect would have worked here, the quantity demanded would have increased from 10 to 50,000 units as a result of fall in price, as we can see on this uh, initial demand curve D1 here. So the quantity demanded would have increased from 10 to 50,000, but because of presence of snow effect, the overall increase in demand for, let's say, a luxury item like car here increased from 10 to 30,000 units and not 50,000. We can say here that because of presence of snow effect, the market demand curve is less elastic, whereas in case of bandwagon effect, the market demand curve was more elastic.